What is up, guys? We are taking on the Sinister 6 on Expert Mode, playing as Silk right here. And this is a custom gameplay request from one of my channel members, Xylokun. So I want to give a huge shout out to Xylokun here. I'm super excited for this matchup he designed. It's called Revenge of the Rogues, a Spider's Nightmare right here. So we are taking on the Sinister 6 here on Expert Mode. And then we also included some fun module sets here. So we have Run Interference, that's a Tombstone module set. We have the Electro module set here called Power Drain. And then we also have the Scorpion Mars set right here, a mess of things. These are the Mars sets that came in the Green Goblin Nutrient Formula scenario pack. So we have all of that already shuffled into the encounter deck here. And yeah, it's gonna be a very big spider theme game right here. Yeah, and I'm really excited to try it out right here. So thank you so much, Zalkun, for your support, and thank you for designing this scenario. And then in order for us to win here, we do have some unique win conditions here. So normally to win against the Sinister 6, we have to clear up all the threat from light at the end. We can't win by just defeating the villains here. We have to remove all the threat and escape from them by clearing off this side scheme. And after we clear off the side scheme, it flips over to the other side, and there's going to be more threat that we have to clear off. But Zalkun also says that the hero rules are that we have to use a web warrior. So we will be playing as Silk right here. And the deck must include one team-up card between web warrior characters. And the scenario-specific rule is that we cannot win the game unless there are at least 3 web warrior allies total in play. So we gotta have at least 3 web warriors for our allies here. So we are playing a leadership Silk deck right here called the Web Warrior Fanatic 2099. This is a big web warrior deck here because we're all fanatics of web warriors on this channel, and it's going to be using Spider-Man 2099 Miguel O'Hara. So we're just going to add in 2099 to the deck name right there. So we want to utilize this new ally that came in Silk's Hero Pack, a really powerful ally. And then we also have Madam Web here. This is going to be another key card in this deck because Madam Web allows us to scry. So we want Miguel to return Madam Web back to our hand, and we play her back down. We look at all the cards in the encounter deck, and we can just manipulate however we want so that we can get minions and side schemes for Silk to clear. A really strong combo there, I think, with Silk. And we also have Nick Fury, Ghost Spider, Maria Hill, Hobie Brown, Otto Octavius, and Peter Parker Spider-Man here. And our big team-up card is going to be the Investigative Journalism, a really powerful team-up card that we can use in Alter Ego to cancel a scheme activation. And honestly, even without this gameplay request, I would still want to include this card in this deck just because it's really powerful. And with this deck, we're not really chump blocking with allies as much, so our allies will stay in play like Peter Parker Spider-Man thanks to Miguel O'Hara's effect right here. So this would be a really good card. We also have Moon Girl, and of course my patented Suit Up for Genius heroes. Silk has the Genius trait in her Alter Ego here, and she's actually one of the better Genius, Suit Up heroes in my opinion, because with her Alter Ego action, she can discard a card tucked underneath her to draw 2 cards, which we use to pay for Suit Up and then get Moon Girl out, which is going to be really powerful. But other than that, we also want to tutor our strong web warriors as well, like Peter Parker or Miguel O'Hara, or especially Madam Web actually. And then yeah, we have the Clarity of Purpose, Triskelion to increase our ally limit. We have Across the Spider-Verse, Web of Life and Destiny, Avengers Mansion, Helicarrier, Ingenuity as our resource cards, 2 copies of the Command Team for Miguel O'Hara and for Peter Parker, and the 3 basic doubles right here. Yes, that is our deck breakdown here for this Leadership Cindy Moon Silk deck. And yeah, I am really excited to try this out here against this scenario. So as we shuffle up, let's go ahead and get this scenario set up. So main scheme stage 1A for setup, it says to choose X villains at random, where X is 1 more than number of players. So since we're doing 1 player, we're going to pick 2 villains at random. So we're going to roll a die here. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we roll a 7, 8, 9, or 10. We're just going to re-roll because I do have a 10-side die. So let's see what we get. We got an 8, so let's re-roll. We got, I think that's a 1. So we're going to be playing with Doc Ock as one of our villains. And then let's roll here again for the other one, a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So Doc Ock and Vulture will be our starting Sinister 6 villains right here. Okay, so we set the other ones aside and we put the active counter on the villain with the lowest activation order value, which will be Doc Ock, because he is number 1 here. All right, I think we're all shuffled up here with our player deck. Okay, so let's set this aside. We're going to put all these other villains here that aren't Vulture and Doc Ock aside as well. Set those out of play. And then the activation order, Doc Ock is 1, Vulture is 6, so we put the active counter. Let's just use the dice right here on Doc Ock, so he's going to be referred to as the active villain. And then for the main scheme, it also says, or for setup to set the other villains aside, put the light at the end side scheme into play, trap side face up. So right here is going to come in with hinder 10 plus 10, so 20 initial threat right now on this side scheme. And then the players cannot win unless they escape by clearing the threat off of the scheme. As a force interrupt, whenever the last threat is removed from the scheme, we trigger the ambush ability on the main scheme here. So basically, ambush is a special. It only triggers if another card effect says to trigger the ambush here. Choose a set aside villain at random, put that villain into play, and then place an active counter on it. In expert mode, we are doing expert mode, so we had to place 2 threat on the light at the end, the side scheme as well. As a force interrupt, whenever a villain would activate, if no villain is in play, we resolve this card's ambush ability and then continue the activation. So the main scheme will start off with 2 per player threat. Goes up 1 per turn. We're going to be right up here at Cindy Moon, and I think that is it for the setup. So let's go ahead and drop to our hands here of 6 and do our initial mulligans. All right, ooh, we got some big cards right away, and we got a suit up here, but no resources. I mean, I feel like we have to just cross the Spire First Repeater here on turn 1. Then if I play the suit up here, we can't really. Kind of want to play Identity Memory as well. Let's mulligan this card, Spire Claws, as 1 card, and we'll draw 1 more back up to 6. Ooh, I was hoping for a double there. We didn't get it. We could actually just swarm out here. I would like to get the Identity Memory, but Madam Web I think is even better. Okay, it's going to be a weird turn here. Okay, let's just flip up to Hero Form. And then we are going to use, let's do 2 resources right here. So I can play good old Across the Spider-Verse. So hero action, exhausted web ward card you control. We're going to exhaust Silk because we do have the web ward trait in our hero form. Search your discard pile for web ward out and put it into play. So we're going to grab Madam Web here, or do we grab Peter? Actually, let's grab Peter here, because I was thinking that I would have Peter ready us, but actually we don't need the activation. We just need a Thor from the main, and we're not going to do anything else. So let's actually grab Peter here first. So we play him here, ignore his requirement here because we put him straight into play with the Across Spider-Verse. And then he's going to enter play up here, readied up. And then it says here, that player may, and then choose a player. We're going to choose ourselves. That player may spend 3 resources of any type to repeat the ability. Let's go and do that. 3 resources here, so we can exhaust Peter Parker Spider-Man as a web ward card that we control to repeat it, and then grab another web ward from discard pile, put into play. Let's grab Madam Web here. So Madam Web, whenever she enters play, look at the top cards of the encounter deck. Top X cards equal to the number of web ward cards you control, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. So top 3 cards here. 1, 2, 3, and we can change them in any order, and we may discard one if we want to. So she's really powerful right here. We got her going right off the bat. So let's see. This one is going to give him plus X attack. It's not that bad. This one discards 2 cards from the encounter deck. Take 1 indirect damage for each boost icon discarded. 1 indirect damage for each boost. So we could just get this encounter card and then get this as a boost. So we take no indirect damage. Oh, but there'll be 1 more card. I think that's fine. And then Ganga will be our boost. Dog I'll be hitting. We can just defend here actually and keep the allies up. Okay. We put it back in that order. We're going to choose to not discard because we made this card. We don't have to. Yeah, okay. And then Madam Web's going to Thor for 2. Clear off the threat from the main scheme. She'll take a consequential damage. And that will end her turn. Let's ready up. We're going to draw back up to our hands here 5. Let's see what we get. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it is the villain's turn. They're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. And then now the active villain will activate. We're in hero form, so it's going to be Doc Ock, and he's going to attack us with a base of 2. We know the boost is 1. Let's just exhaust here to defend for 3. So this would be the boost card. 1 boost icon. We take no damage because we fully blocked it out. Here's a force response after he attacks and damages you. Then we trigger that ability. He did not damage us even though he did attack, so we don't have to trigger that. And the active the active counter will not move because he didn't do damage to us. Then we get that 1 face on counter card. Lightning Bolt. One of you discard 2 cards from the counter deck and take 1 indirect damage for each boost icon discarded. So 1, 2. We have 0 boost icons because star is not count, so we take no indirect damage. So these will get discarded here. And then with our effect Silk Sense, after you defeat a minion side scheme or resolve a treachery, this is a treachery that we just resolved, we can tuck underneath Silk here. So now we got 1 card tucked underneath Silk, which is going to be pretty nice. Alright, and then that is going to end the first turn here. Okay. So we're still getting doubles, but we have this card which can just block an activation and confuse. Really powerful here. So I think I hold on to this. And then I think I'm going to try to draw some cards here. Let's flip down. Wait. We probably want Peter to ready us, right? I think we'll do Peter Parker is going to thwart for 2 from light at the end. Drop us from 20 down to, I can't do math, 18. And then Peter's ability here is after he attacks or thwarts, ready up another Web Warrior character. We're going to ready up Silk here, and then Peter will take a consequential damage. Then Silk is going to thwart for 1. Actually, let's just swing for 2. We're going to hit Vulture here for 2 damage. Okay, because our attack is higher than our thwart, so I might as well just attack there. And then we're going to flip down here to Alter Ego. Let's use our action Alter Ego. Discard a card tucked here. Let's discard this card, and we can draw 2 cards, limit once per round. So let's see what we can get. 1, 2. Okay, so if I play Command Team, I can play JJJ. I think that would be a good play. 3 resources here, so we can play J. Jonah Jameson. It's a 3-cost support. As an Alter Ego action, when exhausted, search your deck and discard out, forget the scoop, put into play. As an action, we can do this in Alter Ego and Hero form. Exhaust this card, remove 2 threat from a side scheme. That's going to be really powerful against this scenario. Let's use 2 more resources right here, so we can play our Command Team. It's a 2-cost upgrade, comes in with 3 command counters. When exhausted and remove a counter to ready up an ally. So that's also going to be super powerful with this deck. All right, let's go ahead and exhaust JJJ here. Take 2 threat off of a side scheme, takes 2 off of light at the end. All right, we have like a really powerful beat caught basically. That's going to end our turn. Let's right back up, and then we're going to hold on to our investigative journalism in our hand here for our big team up card. Let's draw back up to our Alter Ego hands. That's here 6. We got another double. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We're looking for the Web of Life and Destiny. Still haven't gotten it yet. Suit Up could get Moon Girl here, and we can dig more. We'll see what happens because we got to play the investigative journalism. Okay, it's a villain's turn. They're going to add 1 to the main. Doc Ock's going to scheme because we're an Alter Ego and he's the active villain. We are going to use a double resource here so we can play investigative journalism. Team up for Cindy, Moon, and Peter Parker. We're both in play. It's an Alter Ego interrupt, and we are an Alter Ego. When an enemy would scheme, we cancel the activation. So he doesn't scheme, and we confuse the enemy. So now Doc Ock is also confused as well, in addition to not being able to scheme. So really powerful. And then we get down 1 face down counter card, which is Exhaustion. Oh man, exhaust your identity, and then it will surge. So we get another encounter card, which is in advance. So the villain will scheme. That's going to refer to active villain, which is Doc Ock. He's confused, so it just removes that, and then he doesn't scheme. Okay, so we got full use out of that. Let's see what we do here. If I play this Suit Up, it doesn't really do too much, and I actually really want to play Triskelion here. Yeah, we had a tuck card to this card. The Suit Up would do a lot more, but we just don't have it right now. If I Suit Up, what am I grabbing? I could grab Clarity of Purpose and like Marie Hill. I don't think that's a good play though. Oh, I forgot. JJ should have also read up last turn as well. I think we just play Ghost Spider here. Get more Web Warriors out and just swarm the board. I really do want to play Triskelion though. I think we just do Ghost Spider. This would be 3 resources right here, so we can play Ghost Spider. Play only if you control a Web Warrior card. We have Web Warrior cards with Peter Parker and with Madam Web, so we can't play her. And then let's actually we got rid of an event. Let's flip up. We got to flip up. So hero form. And then let's see what we want to do. Do I want to take out one of these guys? Maybe I'll take out Vulture here. We got to do 5 more damage. I think we just do damage on Doc Ock actually. So, or we could thwart. Okay, let's have a Ghost Spider swing for 2 on the Vulture. So 4 total damage on Vulture here. He has 7 total life. Doc Ock has 8 total life. And then Ghost Spider will take a consequential damage. We're going to have Peter thwart for 2 from light at the end. Actually, let's thwart for 2 in the main. He'll clear that off. He'll ready up Silk with his ability, and he'll take a consequential damage. Silk is going to swing for another 2 on Vulture. So a total of 6 damage now on Vulture, and he has 7 total life. So we just gotta do 1 more on him, which I'm not gonna do now. And we're gonna use JJJ here as an action, exhaust his card, remove 2 threat from a side scheme, takes 2 off of here, drops from 16 down to 14. And that's gonna end our turn. Let's ready back up. Remember to ready up JJJ this time. JJ's helping out Spider-Man, and we're dropping back up to 5. Ooh, we got a double here with Nick Fury, so definitely we can try to pop off this next turn. Okay, it is Vulture's turn. He's gonna add 1 to the main, or not the Vulture, but the villains. 1 to the main. Doc Ock's going to attack us here. We don't know the boost, so let's exhaust Madam Web to defend this. He's in with a base of 2, gets a boost card here of 0. So 2 damage, takes out Madam Web. She's going to leave play. And then after the attack, it did not damage Silk, so we don't have to trigger the ability, so it stays, the active counter stays on Doc Ock, and we get a face-on counter card, which is Surprise. In extra mode, this card gains Surge, cannot be cancelled. Resolve the Ambush ability on the main scheme. If no villain was put in play, place 3 threat on light to end. Okay, so Ambush here is set, or find one of these villains right here, and then choose one set aside villain at random, so we're going to shuffle up here. Put into play, place the active counter on it, and in expert mode, place 2 threat on light to end. So we are going to put 2 threat because we're doing expert mode. And let's get this random villain right here. It's going to be Hobgoblin, activation order 3. So let's put him in between these guys. He'll get the active counter as well, right? Yeah, put an active counter on him. We're going to set these guys aside. And then, okay, so we resolve ambush, and then it's going to surge now. It cannot be canceled, but we just resolve a treachery right now. So with Silk sets, we actually tuck this underneath Silk. And then surprise will now surge. So we get another encounter card. Hopefully treachery. It's a side scheme. Brute force barricade is a victory, so we can't tuck it. We defeat it. Threat cannot be removed from other side schemes. Oh man, with a 9 threat on here. So yeah, base doesn't really do anything, but we cannot remove threat from light end while the side schemes in play. This is the only side scheme that we can remove threat off of. Come in with the 9 threat. So then we just kill a vulture here so we can get rid of this. I wish it was something that we could tuck and defeat with Silk, but that's fine. Okay, do I want a swinging Silk kick? I don't think I do. I think I'll go for Nick Fury. Let's use 4 resources right here so I can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose on pick the one and draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. The Web of Life and Destiny here coming down. Let's go ahead and play this. Ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has a Web Warrior trait, which we do have in a hero form, the Web Warrior trait, so we can play this card for free. And now we got our engine going here with the Web Warrior setup. Okay, so whenever a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we can choose a player, which will always be us, and then we'll draw a card. So that's going to be pretty powerful right now. And let's get this here. Do I want to just flip down and play this, or do I want to swing the Silk to actually get another tuck card underneath Silk here? But then I'll have to discard to draw 2 to play Ingenuity anyways, right? Unless I have Peter Lee play here. I don't think I do that. I think I just play the Ingenuity here and flip down. Oh, actually, we don't have any mitigation right now. I really want. Okay, I think we actually. Okay, why don't we hold on to this? We're gonna play the Smoothest Silk. So choose an enemy or a scheme in play. We're gonna choose Vulture. Discard cards on top of the encounter until we get a card from the same encounter set, and then tuck it underneath Silk. So we're gonna mill here until we get another Sinister 6 card. So we got it right away. We tuck it underneath Silk. So now we have 2 cards tucked underneath Silk, both from the Sinister 6. All right, then let's do Silk is going to swing for 2 on Vulture. That will defeat him because now he's going to have a total of 8 damage. So we can get rid of him. And it says here, when defeated, remove 4 threat from a scheme, 7 if there are no other villains. There are villains right here, so we're going to take 4 off of a scheme. Let's take 4 off of this side scheme because we cannot take it off of this one. Or it has to be from a side scheme. Yeah, and then this prevents threat from going off on our side schemes. So we will set him aside again. And then, let's see, we can have Nick Fury Thor for 2 from here. Ghost Spider is going to Thor for 1. We're going to exhaust Command Team, remove a counter to ready up Nick Fury, and he'll Thor for another 2. And that will be a total of 5 threat going off of the barricade here. It's a victory keyword, so it gets removed from the game whenever we defeat it. So just remove it. And then let's give some consequential damage to our allies. So Nick will take 2 for Thoring twice. Ghost Spider will take 1 for Thoring once. And then I think we just hold on to this stuff here. Let's exhaust JJJ and take 2 threat off a side scheme. Drops us down. All right, and that will end our turn. Let's ready back up. We want to get a suit up here before we do anything with Peter. Let's draw back up to 5. Oh, there's a suit up. Okay, speaking of the suit up. Okay, it is a villain's turn. They're going to add 1 to the main, goes up to 2. Hobgoblin's going to hit us here with a base of 1. Nick will block his attack. This would be the boost card. 2, so a total of 3 damage. Takes out Nick Fury. He's going to get discarded. Then he didn't do damage to Silk, so we don't have to trigger that effect. And then we get dealt 1 face on counter card, which is a side scheme. Oh, but this one we can actually clear off. One of you place 2 threat here for each stun in front of the character. No one stuns, but it's going to have 2 initial threat. All right, so we can definitely clear that with Silk. Except I'm going to have Ghost Spider Thor 1 out of it for me to get because I don't have a Thor set of a 1, unfortunately. So I have the Thor with her. But we can grab a bunch of cards with her. I think it's fine. Okay, I definitely want to tuck it, right? Actually, wait. Actually, no, it's a support. So for us to tuck it underneath it, Silk has to be the one to defeat it. So we have to actually not use support. We have to use an upgrade or an authority event or our base activation. So yeah, I think we just go for it. Ghost Spire is going to Thor for 1 from here. She'll take console damage and get defeated. So she's going to leave play here. She has an interrupt. Whenever she leaves play, search your deck for an identified specific event, add to your hand. We're going to grab Wall Crawl. Yeah, let's grab the Wall Crawl as our identified specific event, add to your hand. And then we shuffle up our deck. And then Ghost Spire is leaving play here. So with the effect of the Web of Life Destiny, after a Web War ally leaves play, we can also draw a card as well. So we're going to build out our economy right here. All right, so draw one more card with the Web of Life Destiny. Ooh, we got Miguel. I don't think we go for him right now, though. Silk is going to Thor for 1, clear off this side scheme. Whenever Silk defeats a side scheme with her Silk Sense, we can tuck it underneath Silk. So let's do that. So now we have 3 cards underneath Silk here. Okay, and then let's see what I want to do. We have to suit up for Madam Web to make sure that we don't scheme out. So we play Ingenuity, we play Suit Up, and then we play Madam Web. Yeah, and then we could discard Tuck card. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we just want to get the Ingenuity out and get built out a little bit right now. And then we can get a flip to Alter Ego. Main scheme's at 2. Madam Web can throw that out. Yeah, we're going to flip down here to Alter Ego. Oops, and we are still exhausted. And then we're going to use 2 resources right here so I can play in Ingenuity. It's a 2-cost upgrade. Play only if your identity has a genius trait, which you do have in Alter Ego. So we couldn't play it in hero form, but now that we're in Alter Ego, we're able to play this. We can exhaust Ingenuity to generate a mental resource. Let's go ahead and do that. This would be a second resource here, so I can play Suit Up. It's a 2-cost event. It's an Alter Ego action. Search your deck and discard power for an ally, and any upgrade that can be attached to the ally, add to your hand. So I really like this because even if the ally is in our deck that we want, we can grab it. Make the call we can only do from our discard power, right? So we can get a tutor from anywhere. We're gonna grab Madam Web as an ally from discard power, and also Declare Purpose, which is an upgrade that can't be attached to a Madam Web. We'll also grab that to our hand as well from discard power because it's attached to a friendly character, which can include an ally. That's gonna resolve Suit Up. It's an Alter Ego action that we played in Alter Ego, and then we're gonna use 3 resources right here, so I can play Madam Web. She's a 3-cost ally, and once again, whenever she enters play, we look at the top X cards equal to the number of Web Warrior cards we control. We only have 3 now. 1, 2, and then 3, because Cine Moon does not have the Web Warrior trait Alter Ego. So look at the top 3 cards here. So basically, if he gets like a scheme, we can just control it. Ooh, Tombstone. Okay, so what's gonna happen? That's your identity. Action: spend a mental and physical to discard it. We can't ready or change form. So he's gonna scheme. We have one more swing, so kick. So like I feel like it's a bad play, but I kind of want to get Tombstone out just because I feel it'll be fun for us to take down Tombstone. So we're gonna actually pick. I don't recommend this if you guys are watching, but yeah, I'm gonna get Tombstone as an encounter card. We'll have Hobgoblin scheme with the Silk Sense Overload, and the boost will be 0 for next turn. Yeah, because I want to get rid of the obligation. I don't want that. And then Tombstone, I think it'll be fun. Yeah, we'll just do Tombstone. Okay. And then Madam Web is going to Thor for 2, clear off the main scheme. She'll take a consequential damage. And that's gonna, oh, let's JJJ before I forget, remove 2 there from the side scheme. And then that's gonna end our turn. Let's right back up. Yeah, so we're not gonna use our action to draw cards yet. We'll do it this upcoming turn. All right, drawing back up to 6 now. Ooh, we got a swing Silk Kick to take out a Tombstone. And we got Moon Girl here, so we're probably decking out, but that 1 card is fine to deck out with. Let's check our tuck cards again. Do we have anything from the Tombstone large set? No, we don't. So Swing Silk Kick can't give us a kicker. That's okay. All right, villain's turn. They're gonna add 1 to the main. Hobgoblin's active villain. He's gonna scheme with a base of 2. Gets a booster of 2. So he's scheming for 4. The main will go from 1 up to 5. That doesn't move because it only moves whenever he attacks. We get dealt face on a counter card, which is Tombstone here. So after Tombstone attacks and damages you, you discard a mental or physical from your hand if able. So he just comes into play. Shouts to anyone that's watching your friend with Spider-Man, and shouts to Tombstone there. Lonnie Lincoln. Okay, so it's back over to our turn. Probably just gonna deck out here. We have 2 more cards in our deck. I want to use my action to draw. That would deck us out. I also want to play Moon Girl, which would deck us out as well. Let's think here. I think I play Moon Girl first. We deck out with a swinging Silk Kick, which doesn't feel the best, but I think that's okay. And then we play Moon Girl. We can lose Madam Web, I think. And then we No, do we want her in discard or do we want her in deck? We want her in the discard because Pseudo can still grab her, but we also got the Across Spider-Verse, which only works from the discard. So I think we want them in discard here. Right? Yeah, same with Peter Parker. Okay, let's use Ingenuity to generate a mental resource. This would be 2 more mental resources to clear the water here to be a mental. So total 3, so we play Moongirl. Moongirl says play only if your day has a champion or genius trait. We do have the genius trait here in our alter ego. After you play Moongirl from hand, you draw 1 card for each mental resource you pay for her. And unfortunately, she is at the bottom of our deck. That's okay. So we're gonna draw 3 cards for the 3 mentals. So we draw 1, 2. We deck out. Get dealt with face on a counter card. Ooh, we got our like key card as well. We shuffle up our discard pile, and then we're gonna draw 1 more card with Moongirl because we need to draw 3. Oh man, a lot of things I want to play. I want to play our Organic Webbing. I want to play the Swing Silk Kick to take out Tombstone. Uh, Alright, so we're going to draw 1 more card with Moongirl. Ooh, a double is perfect here. Let's use our action alter ego. Let's get some more economy. We'll discard a tuck card from Silk. Let's do a mess of things. Because I want to keep the sinister stuff here. Okay, so we discard tuck card. Once per round, we can draw 2 more cards. So 1, 2. Okay, let's look at our hand now. So we got a good old 8-card hand size. I want to play Albert Moon. So my 3 priority, I have 4 priorities actually. It's going to be this. I guess we don't go for the mansion at this point. I think if I don't go for the mansion, I should be able to play everything else. Albert Moon, Organic Webbing. Shorter resource for Organic Webbing. Madam Web leaves play, draws a card for that. So let's just go and do that first. Madam Web is going to Thor for 2. Take it off the main. Drops from 5 down to 3. Should take a consequent damage, and it should leave play here. Because she only has 2 life. Whenever that happens, we can draw a card with the Web of Life and Destiny. We got, ooh, I like the Spider Claws, but I think I tossed it here. Is there a world that I don't play Albert Moon and I play Organic Webbing and Spider Claws? We're going to be flipping so much. I feel like Albert Moon is the play. Yeah, let's do Albert Moon and Organic Webbing. Spider Claws. Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. 2 resources here. We're going to play our Organic Webbing. So this is a 2-cost upgrade. We get +1 Thor as a permanent effect, and it's the hero action when exhausted, and it's card tuck card from Silk to ready up Silk, and we get an arrow trait after we do that. So let's get this down. We're gonna use 2 more resources here, so we can play Albert Moon. 2-cost support as the alternate action when exhausted, and then choose one. We can either tuck card in the encounter deck underneath Cindy Moon, or he would damage Cindy Moon for each tuck card. We're at full life, so let's go ahead and exhaust Albert Moon here to grab the top card from the encounter deck and tuck it underneath Silk, which is Electro. Oh snap, we got Electro here, and we're gonna tuck Tombstone too. That's gonna be pretty fun. Okay, so our Moon did that, and then we flip up here and swing Silk Kick Tombstone. So let's flip up to hero form. We're going to swing for 2 on Tombstone because we don't have any large sets from the running interference. We'll use 3 resources here to play Swing and Silk Kick. Hero action attack, do 7 damage to the enemy, and if we made this card tuck card from Silk equal, that's a Sam encounter set, which we don't have. So just 7 damage to Tombstone. We'll take him out for a total of 9 damage. Since we play the event, it is Silk doing the damage, so we defeat Tombstone. Silk Sense can tuck Tombstone underneath Silk here. So now we got our full 4 cards, and we have Tombstone and Electro tucked underneath Silk. So that is pretty fun. All right. Then I don't think I need to ready here. Actually, if we get a Treachery, we might as well burn it. So Moongirl is going to Thor for 2 for the main, drop down to 1. She would take 2 consequential damage. And then let's toss a card here. We're going to use Organic Web, exhaust this card, and this card, tuck card from Silk. I want to hold on to Tombstone. Let's toss Electro here, and we can ready back up. So we're back up here, and we can either Thor for 2 or swing for 2. Let's thwart for 2 from light to end, drop it down to 10. And then we're going to exhaust JJJ, remove 2 there from the side scheme, drops from 10 down to 8. JJJ put in tons of work in, and we keep up Peter Parker still here because I want to keep him alive. Let's end turn, let's right back up. And we're going to draw back up to 5. And we're double. Oh, no double. Ooh, we got Across Spider-Verse, so Peter Parker can activate now. We can grab Peter and also grab Madam Web back. Okay, it is the villain's turn. I'm going to add 1 to the main. Then what's going to happen? Hobgoblin's going to hit us here. We're going to block with Moongirl. Same with the base of 1, gets a boost here. 1 enters a boost effect. Boost is deal 1 indirect damage to each player, and next move deal 1 additional indirect damage to first player. So we're gonna take 2 in a row. Let's put them both on Silk. So we drop from 10 down to 8 here. And it's gonna be doing 2 total damage with the 1 boost icon to Moon Girl, which will knock her out. Alright. That doesn't move because he didn't do damage to Silk. We're gonna get dealt 1 face on counter card for a total of 2 here. And the first one is all tied up. Attach your identity card. So we get to Silk. We cannot ready or change form. As an action, spend a mental and physical to discard this card. Oh, that kind of messes up our plan. We cannot ready or change form. Okay. And then last encounter card is no treachery. Power drain. Discard 2 cards from the encounter deck when it's defeated. So we don't do that right now. And then we must choose this card 1 resource of their type from their hand for each boost icon discarded. Okay, so when it's defeated, we just have to do that. But wait a minute, we don't have any cards in hand when we defeat it. Each player must choose in his card 1 resource type from their hand for each boost icon. So we just make sure we don't have any cards in our hand, right? So I think that's fine. So side scene comes out with 2 per player threat, so just 2 because we're doing solo. All right, let's see here. We cannot ready or change form. Do I trigger that action? What I want to do is double across the Spider-Verse. We can't get Peter's proc right now anyways, though. Dang, that really messed up my turn. If I can't ready and I can't change for it, yeah, I have to get rid of this first, unfortunately, and I'll mess up the rest of the turn. That's fine. Let's do Ingenuity is going to be a mental resource, and this would be a physical resource. Declare the wall here to be physical. To discard this card as this action. So we got rid of the all tied up now. Okay. So if I cross Spider-Verse just Peter, it's a hero action, so I can't flip down and draw a bunch of cards to do this. I have to do this here. If Peter leaves play, we draw a card of the Web of Live Destiny. We'll have 5 cards in hand. Play across Spider-Verse. I need 1 more resource to do anything. Yeah, that would have been nice with the mansion. So we just get Peter back in, or do we go for Madam Web here? I think we go for Madam. I think we just play across Spider-Verse and just get Madam Web straight up here, and we just keep Peter around. Yeah. Okay, Silk is going to exhaust. We're going to Thor for 2, clear off the power drain because we have the +1 Thor with organic webbing. We're going to tuck it underneath Silk after Thoring it out. Okay, and then we'll use, hold on to Nick or Wall Crawl. I think we're on Nick. Let's use 2 resources here. We're going to play across the Spider-Verse. Maximum deck here actually exhausts a Web Warrior card control. We're going to exhaust the Web of Live Destiny here, which is a Web Warrior card. And then we can search a discard pile for a Web Warrior ally, put it into play. Let's grab Madam Web here. When she enters play, look at the top X cards. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 Web Warriors, so 4 cards here. So now we can flip down again. And then we can manipulate however we want. So, okay, he's going to scheme. We can give him a boost of 0. Oh, wait, sorry, guys. Wait, I defeated a side scheme that we had to do the... Okay, hold up. Sorry, guys. I messed that up. This side scheme, when it's defeated, we discard the top 2 cards in the encounter deck. And we have to discard... Okay, hold up. I messed up the ordering there. Before we defeat the side scheme, we're going to play across Spider-Verse and get Madam Web in play. Okay. Then Silk is going to Thor for 2. Sorry for going back and retconning that, guys. So now Silk is going to Thor for 2, clear out the power drain. Wait, so when Madam Web enters play first, we see the encounter deck first. Okay, so we can manipulate the top 4 cards, and then we look at power drain. We're gonna okay, so power drain is not defeated. Let's just keep this up here, and we're gonna be right up. I forgot entirely how to win defeat effect. Okay, so we play Madam Web. She looks at the top 4 cards here. We're going to discard 1 resource of any type from their hand for each boost icon. So we just lose Nick no matter what. So we're gonna discard 2 cards, right? And then we're gonna know the boost and the encounter card. So we just got our plan for that. The next one is gains inside 1. It cannot be cancelled. Put a set aside Electro and Craven. I think I put High Fashion in actually because I want to actually get them. Okay, so this would be our encounter card, and then the boost is going to just be 1, so caught off guard. So we'll put these 2 cards here, and then yeah, so we'll do that. So now we put on top. Sorry about retconning that, guys. Silk is now going to Thor for 2, clear off the power drain. So when defeated, discard top 2 cards in the encounter deck, and then we must choose in this card 1 resource of any type for each boost icon. There's 3 boost icons. We don't have 1 card in hand, so we're just going to toss Nick Fury here. And after we defeat the side scheme with Silk, we can tuck it underneath her, like we're planning to. Okay, and then I don't need to ready. Let's flip down to Alter Ego here. We don't need to draw. We're gonna have Madam Web Thor for 2 from here. She'll take a consequential damage. JJ will take 2 threat off a side scheme from here, drop it down all the way to 6 now. And then we're gonna exhaust Albert Moon to heal 1 for each tuck card underneath us. We have all 4, so we're gonna draw, or we're gonna heal 4, go back up to full life of 10. And that's gonna end our turn. Yeah, if we get a suit up, we can get Peter Parker back in, but he's just hanging out here. Or Miguel would be really good. So it's ready back up. We're gonna end our turn, drop back up to our hands here, 6 and off you go. Okay, well, we have the economy now. No suit up though. Okay, it is villain's turn. They're gonna add 1 to the main. Hobgoblin in scheme with a base of 2 gets a boost here of 1, so scheme for 3. The main goes up to 4. And then we get an encounter card, which is High Fashion. And extra mode, this card gets inside 1, so it's gonna go up to 5. We add a threat on the main, and then we put the set aside Craven and Electro into play. If there are in play, we do another effect, but they're not in play. So Craven and Electro will come into play. Does the active counter move them? It does not. So Craven and Electro. Yeah, I want to get swarmed up with a bunch of Sinister 6 here, because if we do damage to them, then we can remove threat from light at the end. Alright, so now I have a bunch. And then the counter stays on Hobgoblin. It didn't move, and that's going to end the encounter phase. Okay, back over to our turn here. I think we just draw some cards here. So action, discard a tuck card from Cindy Moon. Let's lose the electric card. I like Tombstone here. So we discard that, and we can draw 2 cards, limit once per round. We're looking for Miguel or Suit Up. We didn't get it. We can still play Maria Hill here. So let's go and do that. We're going to use a double resource. Play Maria Hill. Whenever she enters play, we can draw a card. Oh, there's a Suit Up. Okay. So do I still bother playing Helicarrier? Not sure. Let's just go ahead and play a Suit Up first. If I grab Miguel, we can start to do. Okay, let's use 2 resources here. We're gonna play the Suit Up. So it's an object action. Search your deck and discard out for an ally, and an upgrade that can be attached to ally. Add them to your hand. Do I want to start doing the combo right now, or do I just need more? I think I really want to play Swing Web Kick here, so I don't think we do the combo yet. Let's get Moon Girl. So we're gonna grab Moon Girl from our discard pile, and we're gonna get a Clarity Purpose because we're drawing into Miguel soon, and then we just play him straight up whenever we draw him. So we add these cards to the hand with the effect of Suit Up. Then we're gonna use 3 mental resources. Actually, wait, our ally limit. So we gotta exhaust engineering, generate a mental resource, so we can play Triskelion. This will increase our ally limit by 1, so we can now have 4 allies instead of just 3. So that would be useful. Let's make room now for Moon Girl. So we're gonna use 3 mental resources right here, so we can play Moon Girl. We have the genius trait, so we can play her, and we're gonna draw 3 cards for the 3 mental resources that we use for her. So 1. Oh, there's Miguel. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I have to play a swing Silk Kick though. Okay, let's flip up now. Oh, we have Albert Moon. Do we tuck a card? Do I have 3. Yeah, let's use Albert Moon as alternate action. Tuck the top card, then counter underneath Silk, which is Master Plan. Okay, and then we're gonna flip up here to hero form now. All right, let's do some shenanigans here. Do I could just go crazy and play Miguel. We have a lot of Sinister 6, but I need to cycle through to grab the swinging Silk Kicks back anyways. Dang. If I defeat them now, it's not going to be that good. So I just want to put a bunch of damage on all of them and not really kill them yet. So let's go ahead and use 3 resources here. We're going to play a swinging Silk Kick. Here, action attack, do 7 damage to enemy. We're not going to do the thing to this card, so just 7 damage. Who are we putting it on, guys? Let's put it on Craven the Hunter here. Oh, wait, that's threat, not damage. So 7 damage on Craven Hunter. He has 9 life, so 2 hit points left. We're not going to kill him, though. We're going to exhaust. Let's see here. Maria Hill is going to throw for 2 from the main. Drop that down to 3. She'll take a consequential. And then we're going to exhaust Silk. Swing for 2. Let's do it on Doc Ock here. And then we're going to exhaust Organic Webbing, discard a tuck card. Let's toss, we're actually going to hold on match. Let's toss Tombstone here, because if I get, I actually don't have my thing, it's fine. We'll exhaust that Organic Webbing to ready Silk back up. And we can swing for another 2 on Doc Ock. Then we're going to exhaust Moon Girl. Let's store for 2 from the main. And she'll take 2 consequential damage. Alright, we're gonna hold on to Miguel, and that's gonna end our turn. Let's right back up. And right back up. Oh, JJJ, sorry. We're gonna JJ. Actually, no, let's not do it. We're gonna end our turn. Let's draw back up to 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can play Miguel here, but I also got Ghost Spider, which I also want to play. Then there's too many options of stuff I want to play right now. Okay, it's a villain turn. I 1 to the main. Hobgoblin's activation is going to attack us. We're going to block with Maria Hill. He's hitting with a base of 1, gets a boost card here of just 1, so 2 damage, takes out Maria Hill. And then the active counter doesn't move because we didn't take damage on Silk. We get an encounter card, which is a side scheme. Teamwork makes the dream work. 5 threat. Each enemy gets +1 scheme and +1 attack with 5 threat here. Okay, so we can defeat one of them to remove the threat off the side scheme, I think. Okay, let's see. Do I hold on to the investigative journalism? Okay, let me think here. So we are going to... I want to swing. So we're going to do Moon Girl. It's going to swing for 2 on Craven. So he has a total of 9 life and 7 damage, so that would defeat him. Moon Girl will take consequential damage, and she gets knocked out here as well. But now that Craven is defeated, we can trigger his 1 defeat effect, remove 4 threat from a side scheme, take 4 off of Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, drop this from 5 down to 1. Okay, and then we set Craven back aside. Do we have 4 tuck cards underneath Silk? We have 3, perfect. So Silk is going to exhaust, store for 2. That will defeat Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, and then we can tuck this underneath Silk after defeating a side scheme. Okay. Then I want to play Miguel. I want to play Ghost Spider as well, so I think I'm going to actually hold on to Ghost Spider, and we'll try to flip down here with the investigative journalism. Oh, let's get the damage counters off here. And then let's move everything aside a little bit for some space and clean it up. So we have 4 damage on Doc. Oh, no one else has any damage. Peter's just been chilling, but he's going to trigger this for us, so I think it's fine. We are going to flip down here, I think. Do I Organic Webbing? I might as well, because Albumin will get us a card. So let's exhaust Organic Webbing. Discard a tuck card from Silk. Let's do Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, and we can ready back up. And then let's go ahead and swing for 2. We'll put 2 more damage on Doc Ock. So say 6 damage, and then we're going to flip down here to Alter Ego. We're going to use our Alter Ego action here. Discard a tuck card. Actually, we have, yeah. We're going to discard a tuck card from Silk. Let's lose the Master Plan. And we can draw 2 cards with our Alter Ego action. So 1, 2. Okay. Then if we do 4 resources to play Miguel, we can just hold on to Ghost Spider and the suit up. Yeah, let's go ahead and exhaust Ingenuity to generate a mental resource. This would be 3 more for a total of 4. So we can play Miguel O'Hara now. So we got Spider-Man 2099 in play. I don't think I do anything right now. We're going to go crazy next turn. Let's use JJJ to remove 2 from a side scheme. Drop this from 6 down to 4. We're just planning ahead right now. And then we're going to exhaust Albert Moon, get the top card of the encounter deck, tuck it underneath Silk, which is whatever this card is, from every direction. We have this for Peter to block out the activation. Do I want to put on... I could actually just recur Madam Web. I think it's fine. Yeah, let's just hang out here. I think we're going to have 20... Or let's clean this up. So he has 6 damage. Let's clean up the damage counts for Doc Ock. Okay, Spider-Man 29 is going to swing for 2. Let's do it on Hobgoblin, who has 9 life. Electro has 8, so we'll do it on Hobgoblin here. And then Spider-Man 29, we're not going to trigger the response because it's not a force response. We'll just have him take a damage here. And we'll try to do some stuff next turn. Okay, that is going to end our turn here. Let's ready back up. We're saving everything for a big push here. And then we're going to draw back up to 6. Hold on to all of these cards. So we deck out. With that deck memory, get dealt a face on counter card, shuffle our discard pile here back into the deck. So we're about to do some Web War shenanigans here. Okay, what are we doing? Drawing 2 more cards back up to 6. Ooh, swing still kick. Okay, it is a villain's turn. They're going to add a 1 to the main. And then Hobgoblin, who's active villain, is going to scheme here. We're going to cancel it. Let's move this down a little bit. We're going to use 2 resources right here. So we can play our team up card again, investigative journalism. We cancel the scheme activation, and we also confuse the enemy. So let's confuse Hobgoblin as well. Okay, that resolves that. Then we get down 1 face encounter card for a total of 2. First one is Shock Therapy. One of you discard 1 card from the encounter deck, and then the villain heals 1 damage for each boost icon discarded. I'm guessing the villain's going to be the active villain. So it's going to discard 1 card, 2 boost icons. So heal 1 damage for each one. So Hobgoblin just heals back up to full life here. Okay, that resolves that. Then we get 1 more encounter card, which is Partnership of Pain and Alter Ego, the villain with the lowest activation order schemes. Oh man, so it's not going to be Hobgoblin who schemes, it's going to be Doc Ock with plus X scheme, where X equal to the total scheme of all other villains in play. Dang, okay. So he's going to scheme, this is going to actually probably advance. So he gets the villain with the lowest activation order value schemes with plus X scheme equal to the total scheme of all other villains. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to pop either way. This would be Doc Ock's boost. He's scheming. Boost of 1, boost effects, place 1 threat on each scheme. In expert mode, place 1 additional threat on the main scheme. Okay, so we're going to put 2 threat on the main scheme with the boost effect first, and then 1 threat on the side scheme, so it's to 5. And then he's scheming here like crazy. I should have saved the investigative journalism for that card. And so he schemes for like over 8. So the main scheme is going to advance here from Doc Ock. So stage 2A now says one of you choose a set aside villain at random, put it into play, and then place the active counter on it, even if another villain has to counter it. If no villain was put in play, or this is extra mode, we deal the first player face on counter card. Okay, so we get a face on counter card here, and then we're gonna reveal it now because we are currently revealing counter cards. So we're gonna get a random villain and put it into play here. I think it's the same effect as before. Yeah, comes in with 3 per player threat. Oh, this is actually kind of scary. So 3 per player threat there. And then we get a random villain, puts into play, and we also put the active counter on this villain. So it's going to be this one. Crazy Hunter, activation order 4. So let's move all this over. Oh no, oh no. Okay, that worked out. So he would be the active villain. Hobgoblin is confused, doesn't really matter because he's not active. And then damage is on Doc Ock. And then we get a, he doesn't trigger anything over there. We have to review this encounter that we just got. High morale attached to the villain with the highest activation order value, and he just gets plus X attack equal to the number of villains in play. So plus 4 attack on Craven, activation order value 4. All right, that's fine. Whew, that was a little bit scary there, because if this is 7, then we lose the game, because then they'll catch us. Okay, it's back over to our turn here. Yeah, I really thought that Confuse would do more, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and use our action. Discard a tuck card from Silk. We have, actually, let's first Albert Moon to tuck a card underneath Silk. So now we have these cards. Let's discard with our action here in Alter Ego, discard this card, so we can draw 2. 1, 2. Okay. We're gonna play Ghost Spider here, and we'll just try to go crazy. We'll see what happens, guys. All right, let's go for something. We're gonna flip up here to hero form, and we'll see how much gas the Web Warriors can do right now. So we have 5 threat off of there. So let's exhaust JJJ to take 2 off. Drop it down to 3. Okay. Then we are going to use what's the best way to do this? Ghost Spires are wild to get Peter back in. I think we just kill Doc Ock here. So Doc Ock has 6 damage, he only has 8 health. So we're just gonna swing for 2. Let's take out Doc Ock, total 8 damage. Okay, so whenever we defeat him, he is going to remove 4 threat from a side scheme, which will be light at the end. Clears off. Okay, so this right here, whenever the last threat is removed here, is forced to interrupt, resolve ambush, and then flip this card over. So we're gonna flip it over with hinder 10 plus 5, so 15 threat, and we're gonna trigger the ambush ability here. So ambush is to choose a set aside villain at random. So these guys right here, put that villain into play and then place the active counter on it. In extra mode, place 2 threat on light at the end. So 2 threat going on light at the end. So it's gonna be 17 here. We're getting our random villain, which would be Doc Ock again. He just came right back after we pushed him down. Okay, that's all right. Okay, and then we have Hobgoblin Confused. Active villain is going to be Doc Ock now because we moved the active villain with the ambush ability. Okay, and then Silk just activated. Okay, then we need to draw some cards. So I think Madam Web goes first. Let's have, do I throw or attack? Let's have Madam Web Thor for 2 from light at the end. She will take a constant damage and leave play. Then with the effect of the Web of Life Destiny, we can draw a card because the Web were out of left play. So let's draw a card here. Onto our Spider Claws, which can actually do a lot of damage. But I don't know if we do anything right now with this final push here. Let's do Miguel O'Hara. It's going to thwart for 2. Yeah, let's take it off of here. So it goes from 15 down to 13. Then with his ability, he can return a Web Warrior that's in play back to its owner's hands. Let's return Peter Parker back to our hand. Then with the Web of Life Destiny, because the Web Warrior out of left play, we can draw a card, and then Miguel will take a consequential damage. Okay. If I play Peter, I need the Wild from Ghost Spider, actually. Do I go for Peter or Ghost Spider? Kind of want to go for Peter. Yeah, let's exhaust Ingenuity, generate a mental resource. This would be a physical resource. Actually, let's use this as a physical resource. And we'll use Ghost Spider as a wild, declaring that wild to be energy. So we can play Peter Parker Spider-Man here, paying for his costs of the energy, mental, and physical. So we got Peter back down. Okay. Then let's we're going to exhaust Peter Parker to Thor for 2 from here. And then with his ability, after he activates, let's put him next to Ghost Spider. After he activates, he's going to ready up Web War. Let's ready up Silk. Actually, wait. I think we ready up Spider-Man 2099 here, actually. And then Peter will take a consequential damage. Okay. Then we're going to exhaust the command team, remove a counter to right now. Let's ready up Peter Parker Spider-Man now. Okay. And then we're going to have Peter Parker Thor for 2 from light to end. Drop this from 11 down to 9. He'll ready up a Web Warrior. Let's ready up Silk this time, and then he'll take a consequential damage. Okay. Then, what do? We're going to have Spider-Man 2099 Thor for 2 from here, dropping it down to 7. And then his ability can return a Web Warrior back to its owner's hand. I think we do Peter here. Or do I do himself? 29 himself. If I get Peter and I don't get a wild, there's no point in doing Peter. If I get the wild or a energy with the draw, then Peter is good. But yeah, there's no guarantee. Let's grab Spider-Man 29. He can return himself before he takes a consequential damage. So let's do that. Then a Web Warrior out of left play. So with the Web Live Destiny, we could draw another card. Yeah, we didn't get the energy or the wild, so that's fine. I think that was a better play there. So now, if we play Miguel and he activates again, actually we have Wall Crawl to just end it. But I really want to play Swing Still Kick. So let me think. If I play Miguel, he can Thor for 2. He can activate again, return Peter back to my hand, and withdraw a card to Web Live. That's yeah, okay. We're gonna hold on to these 2 cards just in case we don't have it. But let's use 4 resources right here so we can play Spider-Man 2099 back down for 4. And then he is going to Thor for 2 from light at the end, drop it down to 5. And then whenever he uses base power, return a Web Warrior ally in play to his owner's hand. Let's get Peter Parker. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. We're not going to do that. We're just not going to play him. Let's keep the threat here at 7. And we're not going to play him yet. Okay. Because I just remembered, for us to win a scenario with Zalakun's gameplay request, we have to have 3 Web Warrior allies in play, right? So we don't have that, then we cannot win. I don't think I can get... Yeah, so we could win here, but we can't get the 3 Web Warriors while also winning. So we have to... Let me think. Because I can't afford... Yeah, we don't have the economy right now to play. We could have played Spider-Man 2099, and then... well, actually, we just play Wall Crawl here, which can take 5 threat off of light at the end, because we have a Sinister set tucked underneath it and just Thor for 2, which would give us a win. We could play Spider-Man 2099 and Wall Crawl, but we need another Web Warrior for this specific scenario. So what we're going to do is I think we just play Spider-Man 2099, and then we just chill here, and then we have to win next turn. Oof, so we have to eat the encounter card there. I totally miscalculated that. Okay, let's use 4 resources here. We're going to play Spider-Man 29, so we just did the same thing anyways. But we're not going to bounce Peter here. So let's see. So we have him in play. We want to throw off the main, right? Because if they get an advance, we could lose. I think it's fine either way, actually, though. Let's go ahead and just store out the main though. I don't think we are getting webbing because we for sure have it next turn. We just don't have it this turn because we need to play our third web warrior ally. So turn 9 will Thor for 2 from here. He would take a console damage. We're not going to trigger his response. And then Silk is going to Thor for 2. Yeah, we had the gas, guys, but with the web warrior shenanigans, but we just needed to specifically have the 3 web warriors in play. Maybe there was a way for me to do that if I remembered, but I totally forgot. I'm fine leaving the threat there. Let's just write it back up. We're going to end our turn. We're going to draw back up to our hand size here of 5, holding on to both these cards because we need that web warrior to play. We got across Spider-Verse anyways, so we would have been okay. Okay, it is the villain's turn. They're going to add 1 to the main. The active villain is Doc Ock. He is going to attack us with a base of 2. Oh man, we're probably going to have to trigger his ability and add more threat. Let's eat the attack to the face. So actually, let's defend for 3. He's in with a base of 2. This would be the boost. 0. Okay, nice. So we fully block the attack. We don't trigger the effect because we didn't take any damage. Then we get that 1 face down counter card, which is life-size decoy. The engaged player cannot thwart side schemes, and extra mode this card gains toughness. Dang it. Okay, so he's going to be a pain in the butt now, and it's card in my piercing card, right? So we cannot thwart side schemes. There is, oh wait, sorry. There's a hazard. What happened there? We get 2 encounter cards, last size decoy and another encounter card right here. Tail sweep, Scorpion attacks your hero. Is Scorpion in play? Oh, it's not in play. If no attack was made, you are stunned. So we just get stunned here because Scorpion was not in play. All right, and that's gonna resolve that. After treasure resolve, we took it underneath Silk here. We didn't max on a 4, right? Yeah, we have 4 right now, so we're fine. That would be cool if Scorpion was in play. Okay, so what do I do here? We need to get the 3 web warriors out. Do I have the economy to go for the push here? I think I do. We're gonna go with a push in alter ego. I think that's what we do. Because we need to defeat the life-size decoy, or we could just try to kill 2 of them here. How else can we remove threat? Yeah, we have to kill 2 because these are all Thor activations. I should have just Thor for 2 last turn, because then we can end it with JJJ with life-size decoy blocking us. What is going to be the play here? Do I go for damage? No, I think thwarting is easier. Okay, so let's go ahead and what we're going to do. We're going to have Peter Parker exhaust to swing for 2 on life-size decoy. Knock off his tough. Then, okay, so we knock out the tough. Then before he takes constant damage, he ready up another web board. Let's ready up Silk. And then he will take constant damage and leave play. Then with the effect of the Web of Life Destiny, when a web warrior ally leaves play, we can draw a card. You're into Nick Fury. Silk is going to. Do we want to bother attacking right now? That's fine. Let's go ahead and play across the Spider-Verse here. We're going to use 2 resources here, so we can play across Spider-Verse. So here, action, exhaust the web warrior card you control. Let's exhaust the Web of Life Destiny. And then search your discard pile for a web warrior ally and put into play. Let's grab Peter Parker Spider-Man in here, and we can bypass this restriction to play him here for free. And we can choose ourselves and then spend 3 resources of any type to repeat the ability. Do I want to do that? No, we can just hard play this. So we're not going to repeat the ability here because I don't want to exhaust another web warrior card that we control. Okay, so we have this, this, and this. We are going to play our 3rd card. I think Miguel O'Hara here. Let's exhaust Ingenuity, generate a mental resource. This would be a 2nd resource right here, so we can play Spider-Man Otto Octavius. Whenever he enters play, from your hand, ready it up where you control, let's ready up the Ingenuity here. And if it has a tech trait, we can draw a card. It does not have the tech trait, so we don't get the draw, but we got to ready it up. And then we're going to have Miguel O'Hara swing for 2 on the... Wait, sorry. We attack for 2, he's going to leave play. Then we draw a card. Oh, man. Okay, Silk is going to swing for 2 on life-size decoy to remove our stun. Then Peter Parker is going to swing for 2 on a life-size decoy. He'll ready up Silk, and then he'll take a consequence damage. We're going to have Silk swing for 2 on a life-size decoy. We don't need to kill it anymore because I think we have to kill. So we got that. We still have the wall card in our hand. And then, let's see, so we swung for 2. And then we're going to have, I can't return anything with Miguel because I need to keep the 3 web warriors actually. So let's just have Miguel swing for 2 to defeat the life-size decoy. So now the engaged player can thwart off side schemes now. So we don't have to worry about that. All right, Miguel will take a constant damage. We're not going to bounce anyone back with his ability. And then we're going to have auto Thor for 1 from light to end, drops us down to 6. He'll take a consequential damage. We're going to exhaust our command team, remove a counter to ready up Peter Parker Spider-Man, who can Thor for 2 from light at the end, drops from 6 down to 4. Now he activates and ready up a Web War. Let's ready up Silk, and then he'll take a consequential damage, so 2 damage on him. Silk is going to exhaust Thor for 2. Let's just do it from the main here. And then we're going to exhaust the organic webbing. Discard a tuck card underneath Silk. Let's lose this card right here, so we can also ready up. And then we'll Thor for 2 again from light at the end, dropping down 2 threat. And then let's exhaust Ingenuity to generate mental resource to play Wall Crawl. Hero action Thor move 2 threat from a scheme, and choose a scheme. You may discard a card tuck underneath Silk from the same encounter set. The Sinister 6 encounter set right here. Let's discard a Sinister 6 card right there. And then after we do that, we can remove 3 threat from the chosen scheme. So we're going to Thor here for 5 off light at the end, and that will clear us off. So I was originally planning on defeating all the villains here to go for the final push. Oh, we also have JJJ, I forgot, which can take 2 threat off that side scheme as well. But yeah, I was planning on going for the final push to defeat all of them and do damage. And when we defeat them, we can move their off the side scheme. But we ended up forgetting that we need to have 3 Web Wars in play for this unique scenario challenge from the gameplay request from Zyokun. So now we have the 3 Web War allies in play here. We have Silk, and we cleared off light at the end, defeating the Sinister 6. Thank you so much, Zyokun, again, for your gameplay request. I apologize for forgetting at the end that I need the Web War allies. But for real, Miguel O'Hara really put in a lot of work on that previous last turn. I just forgot that we need to have 3 Web Warrior allies there. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this gameplay. Thank you once again to Zyokun, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.